Hello everyone, welcome to Tathastu Institute of Defence Services. We know that the FCAT 2 2025 is just round the corner. In line of the series that we are having for each of the subject for your examination, that's FCAT 2 2025. Today I am here with the session on the past year questions from your science section of the general knowledge. Okay, so we'll quickly go through all the questions that have been asked from your general science in the FCAT examination. So in these last days of the examination, what we can do is we can subjectively revise the things which are more important, okay, which are the most important things that you can get to know only from your past year questions. So let's begin with the questions from the science section, and it's one of the most scoring subject in your GS paper. Okay, now in the science section majorly जो questions आते हैं chemistry से बहुत सारे आपको questions दिखेंगे, and second subject is biology. Okay, comparatively if we see between the three, we have biology which has a higher weightage than chemistry and then physics. Okay, but yes, we cannot ignore the fact that there are topics that we need to cover since they have been covered in the prelims or in the previous year questions. Okay, so let's begin with the first question. What is the unit of measurement of the distance between celestial bodies? So that's a simple question. We know that the distance in between the celestial bodies is measured by light years. That is measured by light years. So that is approximately 9.46 trillion kilometers. Okay, approximately. So light years is the unit. Okay, so then the other units, we have meters, that is for the distance. Miles is an imperial unit only for measuring distance only. Kilometers is also measured, used for measuring distance, but not the distance between the celestial bodies. Okay, so here the right answer is D, that is light years. You can see the explanation also. So meters is the basic SI unit for length, used for small distances. Imperial unit miles is usually used in other countries, okay, for ground distances. Kilometers can be used but not for interstellar space. Light years is the distance which the light is traveling in 1 year, and it is approximately equal to 9.46 trillion kilometers, and it's the ideal unit for measuring the astronomical distances. Coming to the next question based on your physics part, लॉज ऑफ मोशन पे क्वेश्चंस बार बार आते हैं. ओके, सो दी न्यूटन्स लॉ, फर्स्ट लॉ, सेकेंड लॉ, थर्ड लॉ, उस पर यू विल गेट एप्लीकेशन बेस्ड ऑफ क्वेश्चंस विच आर वेरी सिंपल, covered in your NCERTs. Okay, when a ball drops on the floor, it bounces. This is according to which of the following? So this is according to Newton's third law of motion, which says that every action has an equal and opposite reaction. Why? Here if we see the first option, Newton's first law of motion is talking about inertia. हमने पढ़ा है ना, वो inertia के बारे में बात करता है, that a body tends to stay either in motion or on rest unless it is acted upon. Okay, then the second law of motion is talking about force is equal to mass into acceleration. And the third option, the ball is elastic. Yes, the ball is elastic, it does help in bouncing, but the actual motion is happening because of the pair match of the to and fro movement, the equal and opposite reaction force जो है उसकी वजह से ही the ball is coming into motion. Okay, not on the basis of its elasticity. So the third C is the right answer for this question. Then coming to the next question, discoveries. Now what happens, there are a lot of times questions are being asked on the person associated with the discovery he or she had made. Okay, so at times we cannot learn all the people who are there, but yes, you can learn few of them or the ones who are majorly repeatedly asked in the exams, जो बार बार repeat हो रहे हैं. ठीक है, so who discovered the X-ray? Now this is from 2024. The answer is Wilhelm Röntgen. Okay, so he is associated with the X-rays. Then what are the other familiar names? James Chadwick हमने पढ़ा है. James Chadwick is associated with the neutrons. Okay, Then we have John Napier. John Napier is associated with logarithms. Michael Faraday is associated with electromagnetism. Okay, so the correct answer here is A, right? Then coming to the next question, that is, so you can see the explanation here. Then we have which of the instrument is used to measure humidity. Now instruments ka bhi we have already covered when we were discussing the geography section. So in that class I had previously covered the major instruments and what are they used for measuring. Okay, that time also we had covered this question. So hydrometer, which of the following is used to measure humidity? Humidity हम किस चीज से measure करते हैं? That is hygrometer. So it is B here. Hygrometer. Hydrometer is used. Hydro is associated with water. Okay, so it is used for measuring water or liquids. Okay. Then we have pyrometer. Pyrometer is associated with high temperatures. Okay, so it is for measuring high temperatures. And lactometer is used for measuring something associated with milk. Okay, so it is for the density or purity of milk. Right, so the answer here is hygrometer. Then coming to the next question, now you can see hydrometer is water, density of liquids, hygrometer is moisture in the air, that's called humidity, pyrometer very high temperatures, also sun related to sun as well, and lactometer for measuring the density or purity of milk, right. Then coming to the next one, it is asking about the principle of a hydrogen bomb. Now hydrogen bombs are based on the nuclear fusion reaction, okay, not fission, it is fusion, where we have two hydrogen molecules or elements. Basically they are combining, two hydrogen molecules are there and they are combining, fusing to form helium. Okay, and with that there is lot of energy that is released. Okay, so it is a nuclear fusion reaction, right? So don't get confused in this. Fission reaction happens in the atomic bombs and the nuclear reactors. तो वहां पर क्या होता है? Fission, where we have splitting of the bigger molecule into n number of smaller particles. Okay, so that is a fission. Okay, and with that there is a lot of energy that is released. So nuclear fission is the splitting of the nuclei, a bigger particle used in the atomic bombs and the nuclear reactors. Nuclear explosion, you know, it's the result of a nuclear reaction only, it's not a principle here. And nuclear fusion is fusion of hydrogen atoms into helium. Okay, chain reactions तो nuclear fission reaction के अंदर ही होते हैं, ठीक है. So A was fusion was the right answer. Now they are asking about, the next question is talking about semiconductors. Now metals non metals वाला chapter जो होता है हमारा बहुत important है exam के perspective से from your NCERT. Now when we are studying about metals and non metals, we do study about the conductivity, what are good conductors of electricity, what are bad conductors of electricity, and while studying that we have another small part or topic, that is the semiconductors. Now semiconductors क्या होते हैं? Semiconductors can switch between a conductor and an insulator, okay, with the respect to the conditions that are there and also with the addition or deletion of certain elements with the process that is known as doping. ठीक है, so they can act as both, so they have intermediate conductivity, we can say. Okay, so doping is done in the semiconductors to enhance their conductivity. Now which are the major or most commonly used semiconductors? That is number one, it's silicon. Okay, silicon is the one that is widely used. Then we also have germanium, that is also widely used semiconductors. Okay, copper, see Cu, Cu is copper, copper is a very good conductor. Okay, so it is not a semiconductor, it comes under the conductor category. Okay, absolute conductor. Then A is not a symbol for anything, carbon is there, C is standing for carbon, carbon can be a good can be a semiconductor, when it is in the graphene state, but it is not the one that is commonly or widely used. So, the most widely used semiconductors is silicon and followed by that is germanium. Okay. So, if you get that in option, you have to take that one, okay, either silicon or germanium. Then we have the next one, which among the following does not contribute to greenhouse effect. Okay. So, let us see the options first. Water vapor is a natural greenhouse gas, we know that, that is obvious. Chlorofluorocarbons, major source of greenhouse gas, okay, these are greenhouse gases only and can cause ozone depletion also. Okay. Ozone depletion is also associated with chlorofluorocarbons. Then ozone, when it is present in the lower atmosphere, then it can also contribute to the greenhouse effect. But nitrogen, which is the most abundant gas, that is 78%, it is the one which is not contributing to the greenhouse gas effect. Okay. So, nitrogen, that is almost 78% in the Earth's atmosphere, that is the right option. Okay. So, it is not contributing to the greenhouse effect. Then coming to the next question, again see a question based on the laws of motion or Newton's law. So, when we jump out of a boat, the boat moves in the opposite direction. This is due to which law of motion? It is again the third law of motion or the Newton's third law of motion, right. So, this is, see how the questions are being repeated. It was asked in 2022, it was again asked in 2024. So, basic concepts will always be there. Then coming to the next question, histology is the study of what? Now, see the options, eliminate the options. Coins, coins are associated with numismatics, history में पढ़ा होगा, ठीक है. Bones, bones are associated with a disease, we know, we call it osteoporosis. So, that is associated with the bones. So, for that study we have osteology. Okay. Histology is the tissue study. Okay. When we are studying about the tissues, that is the histology, is the study of tissues. And for the muscles we call it mycology or myology, sorry. Okay. It is myology, osteology, and we have histology, and we have coins, we have the numismatics, right. Then coming to the next one, SI unit of luminous intensity. Now, whenever you are studying chapters or the major subtopics of your science section, you know that the SI units or the major units that are mostly widely used, they are very important. Okay. So, for example, ampere, ampere is the unit of current. Okay. It is for current, measuring the electric current. Kelvin is used for temperature. Moles, how many moles, chemistry में हम बात करते हैं. So, it is for the substance, amount of substance. Candela is the one that is used for measuring the luminous intensity or the brightness. Okay. So, it is luminous intensity that is measured, the unit is candela, the SI unit, that is widely followed. Okay. Then coming to the next one, another important segment of your science section is the vitamins. Okay. So, vitamins, what are their sources, what are the diseases or deficiency diseases that are caused if the body is lacking in certain kind of vitamin, that becomes important. इससे हमेशा questions आते ही आते हैं किसी भी एग्जाम में, ठीक है. तो vitamins is a very important topic. Now, there are many vitamins. We have two categories. First one are water soluble, meaning they are soluble in water and they need to be consumed regularly because they are widely excreted from the body in the urine. Okay. So, they are water soluble, they get excreted through urine. And then we have the fat soluble vitamins. Okay. So, they get stored in the fatty tissues and in the liver. So, we do not have to take them so frequently. Okay. So, we have two vitamins that come under the category of water soluble. You might get a question on that. So, that is vitamin B and C. Okay. Vitamin B and C. B, when I say B, means the B complex, B1, B2, B3, B5, B7, B9, okay. And the fat soluble vitamins are A, D, E, K. You can always remember it like this, EDEC meaning vitamin A, vitamin D, vitamin E, vitamin K. These are the ones that are the fat soluble vitamins. Always remember that. Now here retinol is the one that is associated with vitamin A, okay, and vitamin A is very important for your vision, okay, for the vision. So it is vitamin A. Other names, vitamin C is also fondly called, mostly it is called as ascorbic acid. Then vitamin D is calciferol. Vitamin A is essential for vision and immunity, and vitamin B has a group of vitamins, for example B1, B6, B12, but all of them are not related to retinol. What is important here is to understand the diseases that are associated with them. So these are the major vitamins. For example, vitamin A is associated with the disease that is called night blindness, very important. B1 is associated with beriberi, then B3 pellagra, then B5 parthesia, B6 anemia, खून की कमी जो होती है, ठीक है. Then B7 dermatitis, vitamin C की वजह से very important, scurvy, vitamin C is scurvy and the swelling of the gums. Vitamin D, bones, joints में problem, ठीक है, because though you get rickets, and we have osteomalacia. Vitamin E, less fertility, and K is non-clotting of the blood. So the blood is unable to clot properly, and blood clotting is very important to heal the wounds, right? So you need to know their names, okay. Along with that, the diseases that are associated with their deficiency. This is very important for the exam. If you have not done it till now, just revise this table, okay. Then coming to the next one, that is the Beaufort scale is used to measure what, okay. So instruments, scales, they have been asked. So we have studied this previously. The Beaufort scale is used for measuring the wind velocity. See the other options. Atmospheric pressure, it is used by, measured by a barometer, okay. Altitude of mountains, altimeter, and intensity of earthquake is the Mercalli scale. Mercalli scale, and then we have another scale that is associated with the earthquakes is the Richter scale, okay. Both of these are associated with earthquake. One is measuring the intensity and Richter scale is measuring the magnitude of the earthquake, right. Then we have the next question. So you can revise all of these tables. Then coming to the next question is, what is the value of solar constant? Now first of all, what is solar constant? Basically solar constant is the amount of sunlight that is reached on the top layer of the atmosphere per unit area, okay. And the approximate or the most value that is closely associated with it is 1361 watt per meter square. That is the mostly appropriated value that is widely used, okay. But in the older textbooks and the books of geography and science, we also have another figure that is 1336 watt per meter square, that is widely used. So in the older textbooks you will find this figure, okay. So this is, if you get 1361, that is fine, okay. And in some books you also get 1367 watt per meter square. So do not get confused, either three of them can be used, but mostly you will get either 1361 or 1336. These are the two widely used values of the solar constant, okay. Then moving ahead with the next question. So you can see approximately it is the amount of solar energy received per unit area at the top of the Earth's atmosphere. Average value is 1361 watt per meter square, but 1336 is the acceptable rounded value in most of the exams that is used, or in the books, textbooks. If you see in the school level textbooks, you will find this figure, okay. So coming to the next question, again you see Newton's law, okay. So these basic laws are important. So according to Newton's law, the gravitational force between the two objects is directly proportional to what? The sum of their masses, the distance between them, the product of their masses, or the square of the distance between them. So, what is the value? Now, let us see the gravitational force formula. The gravitational force is equal to G into m1 into m2 upon r square, where m1, m2 are what? They are the product of the masses of the two bodies or the objects, and r square is the distance between them. So, we can see it is directly proportional to product of their masses, and it is inversely proportional to their distance square, okay, or square of the distance between them, right. So, it is directly proportional to product of their masses. Then coming to the next question on the acids. Now, major acids in the food products, they are widely asked. So, here they are asking the acid which is present in the citric acid is present in free form in which of the following. So, it is lemon. Citric acid mainly found in the citrus foods. So, you will find it in lemon. Okay. Now, when they have asked about lemon or the citric acid, we need to learn about the other acids that are found. For example, milk, we have lactic acid. Okay. Then apple, malic acid, tamarind, tartaric acid. So, all of these become important. So, you just need to revise. Vinegar, we have acetic acid, very important. Tomatoes, we have oxalic acid, another one very important. Grapes also have tartaric acid. Apple is malic acid. Then another important, the sting of an ant. जब ant काटती है तो जो pain होता है, that is also because we have formic acid in the sting of an ant. Okay, उसके डंक में, ठीक है. Lactic acid in milk, tartaric acid in the grapes, right. Then coming to the next one. Along with that, there is another section of the biology from where you get many questions. Okay, so you might get questions from this section as well. Diseases. There are different kind of diseases. For example, disease caused by bacteria, diseases caused by viruses, protozoas. So you need to know that yes, what is the causative organism for this particular disease. Okay, at least that is must you need to know. So, what all are the bacterial diseases which are caused by the bacteria? We have anthrax, okay, Bacillus anthracis, that is the name, you can understand with the name. Then bubonic plague, cholera, it is called by Vibrio cholerae, okay. Then dental cavities. Then what you need to remember here is tuberculosis, that is also a bacterial disease. Typhus is also a bacterial disease. Along with that, there are protozoas also that are causing diseases to humans. Very important is amoebiasis, that is caused by Entamoeba histolytica. Majorly your intestine and liver are affected by this. Okay? Then we have sleeping sickness, that is caused by trypanosoma. Very important. Okay? And sesefly is the one that is the vector for it. तो vector भी पूछ लेता है कभी कभी एग्जाम में. ठीक है. Then काला अजहर, that is caused by Leishmania denovani. Okay, so its vector is sandfly. Okay, then we have malaria, plasmodium. Then we have babiosis that affects the red blood cells. Okay, so you can just quickly revise the major ones which I have highlighted, right. Then coming to the viral diseases, you should know that yes, these all diseases are caused by the viruses. Now, first of course, AIDS is a viral disease. Smallpox, variola virus, polio, rabies, dengue, measles, chikungunya, COVID-19, you all know. Okay? So, these are all the viral diseases, right. Then coming to the next question, solutions in the test tubes containing H2O, that is water, and aqueous NaOH can be differentiated with the help of which of the following. Okay? Red litmus, blue litmus, Na2CO3 or HCl, aqueous HCl, hydrochloric acid. So, here the right answer is red litmus. Why? Because red litmus turns into blue in the case of bases, okay, or here the basis is NaOH. So, in the case of NaOH it will turn blue, and in the case of acid it remains red only. In the case of water, it will remain red only. Okay, so we will get to know that yes, this is NaOH is a we can get to know when we are using the red litmus paper. Okay, then coming to the next one, so we can see red litmus turns blue in a base, it remains red in a water. Okay, which gas was released during the Bhopal gas tragedy? Union Carbide की factory में जो हुई थी 1984 में, it is very important, it is methyl isocyanate, very important, methyl isocyanate. Okay, then coming to the next one, that is biodegradable wastes can usually be converted into useful substances with the help of which of the following? Now see the options first. Okay, see, nuclear proteins not associated with this. Then radioactive, what radioactive? Radioactive things are already very harmful, so उनसे तो हम कुछ waste को convert करेंगे ही नहीं. Viruses are usually considered harmful only, okay, and they are not functional unless they are entering into a host body. So we are not, there is no relation with the biodegradable waste here. So it's the bacteria. We know that there are a lot of soil bacteria also that are converting the biodegradable waste, breaking it down into smaller parts and making it into useful substances. So the right answer is bacteria. Always see the options while solving the questions. Okay. Then coming to the next question. Cadmium pollution is associated with which of the following? Now what happens? Major pollutant, the which is causing pollution of a river body or an area. So the pollutant and the disease caused by it, that is asked in the exams. Here they have asked about cadmium pollution. Now because of the cadmium pollution, we have the Itai disease. Okay, that happened in Japan. Okay, when there was cadmium pollution in the river. Okay, there was a river there, and because of the cadmium pollution, it caused the Itai disease, also known as the ouch disease. You might get another name, ouch. Now Minamata disease is a disease associated with the mercury contamination. ये mercury contamination से associated है. ब्लैक फुट डिजीज जो है वो आर्सेनिक के कंटेमिनेशन से एसोसिएटेड है, आर्सेनिक. ठीक है. एंड देन वी हैव डिसलेक्सिया. डिसलेक्सिया इज नॉट अ डिजीज एसोसिएटेड विद द पोल्यूशन, इट इज अ न्यूरोलॉजिकल डिसऑर्डर. ओके, सो इट इज नॉट एसोसिएटेड विद द पोल्यूशन, और स्पेसिफिकली यहाँ पर कैडमियम पोल्यूशन. ठीक है. इसके अलावा देयर इज वन मोर दैट इज फ्रीक्वेंटली आस्क्ड, दैट इज ब्लू बेबी सिंड्रोम. Blue baby syndrome is caused by nitrate contamination. When the water is contaminated with the excess of nitrate compounds. So what happens? It is also called as methahemoglobinemia. That is the thing that happens. So what happens? In a normal hemoglobin, we know that there is iron at its core. It is present in the ferrous form, Fe2 plus form. Okay? Now that iron helps in the proper binding, it binds with the oxygen molecule and transfers the oxygen to the tissues of the body. That is happening in a normal body. When a person is suffering from methylhemoglobinemia or blue baby syndrome, what happens? That this iron get oxidized into ferric form. So it becomes Fe3 plus, and this oxidized form is unable to bind with the oxygen molecule. So oxygen molecule के साथ वो bind नहीं हो पाता, and this reduces the availability of oxygen to the tissues of the body and causes the condition of hypoxia or lack of oxygen. Okay, so that is blue baby syndrome or methylhemoglobinemia, that can also be asked. So it is associated with nitrate contamination. So Minamata with the mercury, Itai with the cadmium, then we have black foot disease associated with arsenic, and then blue baby syndrome associated with nitrate. Okay. Then coming to the next one, natural radioactivity was discovered by who among the following? So radioactivity naturally किसने discover करी थी? It is Henry Becquerel. Henry Becquerel. Now see the other names. Marie Curie was also the one, she has also worked a lot, but she was not the first one who discovered this, ठीक है. Ernest Rutherford हमने chemistry में पढ़ा है, ठीक है, in the nuclear model of atom. Ernest Rutherford nuclear model of atom के लिए पढ़ा है हमने उनको, alpha particles के लिए पढ़ा है, ठीक है, nuclear model of atom, right? So again there was the person and the discovery made by them. So Henry Becquerel discovered natural radioactivity when he discovered the photographic plates darkening the due to uranium salts. Marie Curie did extensive research but not discovered it. Rutherford we know about the nuclear model, alpha particles, and Enrico Fermi, nuclear reactor pioneer, the first one who started it. Okay. Then coming to the next one, what is the branch of science that studies cells is called? So what is that branch of science? Cells. Cells की study को करना is cytology. It is cytology. Entomology. Entomology is the study of insects. Insects. ठीक है. Then homoplastic is not a science branch. Hormonology is also not a science branch as such. Okay. So the correct answer here is cytology. Okay. Then a US team of scientists has found that a mechanism responsible for aging process is located where? Everything that in the body is happening is usually centrally located. So the aging process is also controlled from our central nervous system, or I would say the brain only. Okay. So it's inside the brain, it is the hypothalamus is responsible for controlling the aging process due to the release of certain hormones. So it's a centralized functioning that is happening. Okay. Then we have, which one of the following is not a unit of energy? इनमें से कौन सा unit नहीं है energy के लिए? So first one, joule. Let's see, joule is the SI unit of energy that we all know. Calorie is also used for energy, okay, specifically for heat. Electron volt, that is also used as a unit of energy in atomic physics. Watt, watt is the one that is not associated with the energy unit. Why? Because it is the unit of power. Okay, watt is the unit of power, not energy. Okay. Then coming with the next question, which one of the following statement regarding the sun is correct? The sun is mainly composed of hydrogen, that is right. Its energy is generated by nuclear collision in its interior, that is also right. The nuclear fusion reaction is happening there. It is calculated that the sun consumes about 1 trillion pounds of hydrogen every second. So that is also scientifically right. So all the three statements are correct. Okay, we have studied that the hydrogen reaction is the fusion reaction is happening there. Okay, then coming to the next question, that is, who was the pioneer of atomic energy in India? So this is the last question. So the name is Homi J. Bhabha. We know that he was the pioneer of the atomic energy. He was the founder of the Tata Institute of Fundamental Research, TIFR, and also BARC, okay, Bhabha Atomic Research Center. Vikram Sarabhai is associated with the space program. C.V. Raman is known for the Nobel Prize winner for the Raman effect, okay, and C.K. Naidu is a Indian cricketer. He was a former Indian cricketer associated with cricket, not atomic energy. Okay. So these are the major questions, all the previous year questions from your science section of FCAT examination. I hope you revise all of these topics very importantly, because this will help you to revise the topics in the manner that is good for your exam, and it will be sufficient enough with the time that you are having. ठीक है. तो जिन स्टूडेंट्स ने, जिन एस्पिरेंट्स ने अभी तक साइंस को बहुत अच्छे से नहीं रिवाइज किया है, नहीं पढ़ा है, rather than studying anything new or starting anything new in the from the books or anywhere else, it's better you just go through the prelims, the previous year questions and just revise those topics nicely. Okay, so because you have to analyze the cost benefit ratio also, okay, keeping in mind the other topics that you must have prepared. Okay, so that's all for the this session. You can revise all the subjects with the series of lessons or sessions that we are having for geography, for the defense related current affairs, part 1, part 2, for the generic current affairs that has been covered. Then there is history that has been covered by Aman sir. So you can see that reasoning part has been done. So English part has been done. So just go through all those sessions and solve all the past year questions and revise the most important topics for the exam. All the very best to all the aspirants. Thank you very much.